What's going on, guys? Last episode, we talked about the base week, right? You controlling your time instead of your time controlling you, right? So we're moving into the next idea, which is prospecting to get that business going. Now, I know I like to focus on real estate, but honestly, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you own a hair salon, a construction company, a pizza business. Either way, that base week is going to help you control your time, and prospecting is the way to create your cash, right? So you could have a great name for yourself. You could have a lot of referrals. You could have reviews that are helping you build your business, but you don't directly control those things. There's plans you can put in place to try to control them. There's things that you can do to create a good name for yourself and ask proactively for referrals, but you don't control how many you get, right? You don't control that. The thing you can control is your prospecting, right? So for realtors, that's knocking on doors. Really, it's for any business. Knocking on doors, making cold calls, making warm calls, going to networking events, right? It's going out and getting a booth at some local event and just saying hi to people. Maybe if you own a pizza shop, handing out a free slice of pie. Maybe if you do nails, it's doing somebody's nails for 10 minutes for free, right? To get your name out there so that you can get that business drummed up in the future, right? There's a funnel, and you want to keep that funnel full so that when you're busy doing the thing you do, which is in some case making pizza pies, in some case it's cutting hair, in some case it's going to closings, right, and helping people with their listing paperwork, regardless of your business, if you've got that funnel full of people because you've been doing all those different types of prospecting, man, you're gonna keep that business and that cash flowing, all right? So let's talk about it a little bit. I do not want to get into the specific types of prospecting. That is for future videos, but I do want to talk about the cycle that you can proactively take advantage of to get your business constantly jam-packed with prospects, right? Just think of that funnel, baby. So here is the process that I want you to think about, okay? We're gonna start at the top. Forget the word modifier for now, all right? We're talking about the word plan. The first thing you're gonna do is plan a prospecting plan, okay? So what I do every year is I sit down for 3 years in December and I route out exactly what that next year is gonna look like. What are the activities that I am going to do? If you've watched my video, baby, I love the word do, execute, action, task, happen. Man, you're gonna think of exactly what it is you want to do that next year to get yourself belly to belly with some customers, right? I'm not gonna talk about the specifics, I'm just telling you to come up with that plan. Now, you're gonna implement it, right? So here's you, the CEO, the owner of the business, coming up with how you're doing it. Here's you, the employee of the business, saying, I got it, let's do it, and you just execute. There's no thinking, there's doing, right? A lot of people fail right here. Planning's pretty easy. The implementation for a week is pretty easy, but after that, people tend to slow down on the implementation. It's not consistent. So you really need to get fired up there and find a way for your own success to stay motivated and continuously do that implementation portion, right? And then we move into the track part. So you're gonna track what it is you're doing for a good 6 to 12 months. You're gonna do it forever, but I'm saying you wanna look at that tracking every 6 to 12 months to see how you're doing. So let's use me as an example. Let's say I do 3 types of prospecting, okay? You've got open houses. I go talk to expired listings. So you had a 6-month listing with some other realtor, it didn't work out. Now I go and say, hey, that realtor didn't do it for you. I'd like a shot at your listing. All right, that's an expired listing. And then farming. Farming is where you pick a certain number of homes, right? So in my case, I like to pick about 500, and you constantly come back at those people once every 2 weeks, every 4 weeks with something, whether it's a mailing, an email, a phone call, an in-person knock on the door. You have some sort of event in the neighborhood that they live in. Whatever it is, man, you are the guy in that neighborhood. They all know who you are, and they know that you are the realtor in that area, right? So whatever it is you pick, it's going to be different for a pizza shop. It's going to be different for a salon, but whatever your prospecting plan is, you are going out and you're getting it. Now, as I do opens, I might like opens, right? I might think, man, I'm really good at opens. I love opens. They're super nice and friendly. I get to talk to people. I get to see in the house. This is great. I don't like expired listings because those people are rejecting me. They're not happy, right? They just failed to sell in 6 months. They're just not having a good time. And here I come telling them I got the answer, and they're thinking, man, that's what the last guy said. How can I trust you, right? So it's not quite as fun of an interaction. What I'm telling you is, don't let your emotions dictate how you're doing. Let your tracking dictate that, baby. So if you keep track of exactly how much time you put into each type of prospecting, how many contacts you're making with each type of prospecting, the dollars you netted off of each type of prospecting, right? You can start to do the backwards math to see exactly how many dollars per hour, how many dollars per action you're making. And after 6 to 12 months, man, it is easy to get back to that first step again and modify, right? So you're gonna modify and again plan. So if you look and you say, hey, I feel really good doing open houses, but I actually do well when it comes to expired listings and farming. I'm gonna keep expired listings and farming in my repertoire, and I'm going to get rid of open houses and add something new, right? I'm gonna try something new because open houses was my third best, or I should say worst, type of prospecting that I had, all right? If you don't track it, I'm telling you, number one, you don't know, and number two, it is absolutely what's gonna set you apart from the other 99% of people that you're working with. If you don't track, how the hell do you know what you're doing, right? So make sure you do that. So then you modify, you build your plan, you implement it, you track it, and then you come back on, check out again, modify it again, plan it, right? And this is about a 6 to 12 month cycle you're doing right here. And why? Because it is the way to create cash. That's why. Hey, so what I want you to do is I want you to build that plan right now, right? And I want you to put a timeline to it so you know exactly when you're going to start implementing it. The next topic we're going to talk about is putting money to activities, all right? We're going to talk about some budgeting, baby. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.